Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd take a break from planner setup videos just to do a quick 2024 favourites video. This is just my stationery favourites of last year. These are, apart from one exception, these are all things that I bought in 2024, although you will see a theme around things that have been favourites previously and I've just added in a new colour, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I've kind of divided it up into very similar categories, I think, to last year. We will kick off with planner. This will be no surprise. The weeks was my ride and die for the year. It was the planner I was in the most across the year. It did start off as a health and fitness planner, and then halfway through the, in fact, not even halfway through the year, kind of quite early in the year, it became my main planner, and I stuck with it until the end of the year. Absolutely love this planner. I will always buy one. I've had one every year since 2018. This is in beautiful yellow colour. In 2025, they didn't release a nice, I'm going to say a nice yellow colour, so I have had to move to grey, but this is always the colour that I will buy if I see it in the collection. I think this is now my third one since 2018, but yeah, there was never going to be anything other than the weeks as my main favourite 2024 planner. Next, let's talk pens. So sticking with the theme of something that I've had before but just updated for 2024 in a different colour, although not actually that different. When it comes to pens, I am going to say basically the same pen as last year, which is the Uni Jetstream, but this is a beautiful yellow bamboo version that I picked up while I was in Japan. Same as the other one from last year, just in a different colour, same makeup in terms of the ink colours, and a pencil, which I love having the additional pencil. Can't not have that as the go-to pen for 2024. And again, another pen that I have definitely spoken about in previous years, but just in a different colour. I added this to my collection not that long ago, I think probably in November, and got some ink to match, which I'll discuss in a second. But the difference with this one, this is the Calco Sport by the way, is this is an extra fine nib, and I've always kind of shied away from extra fine nibs. I've usually gone for fine just because my writing does tend to be quite small anyway, and I was worried that it would end up kind of tiny, but also I've had some experience before with kind of thinner nibs feeling a bit scratchy, and so I just kind of thought that extra fine nibs were not for me. I then tried extra fine nibs on a vanishing point a couple of times when I was in Japan because I was debating getting one because I was like, oh, it's like the go-to fountain pen at the moment, but it's a bit of a splurge. I was like, what if I don't like extra fine? Although it wrote very nicely in the stores, I was like, no, I'm not going to take the plunge. But I did decide because I saw this colour and loved it and thought, you know what, this will be a good kind of relatively inexpensive way to see if I like extra fine nibs, and actually I love it, to the point that I have just ordered this morning extra fine nibs for my mint and my fox, because I think these are kind of core colours, so they do have spare nibs that you can buy, and it's basically the actual, so I think you can swap out just the nib, but you can basically buy this portion, which is what I've done for the mint and the fox in extra fine, because it turns out I love extra fine, and particularly in this sport, it's lovely to write with. It's not scratchy at all, certainly on this nib, and I do seem to prefer my handwriting with it over the fine nib that I currently have in my fox, because in my planning at the moment I have this with the mint colour that I'm gonna, well, not the mint colour, the kind of greeny colour that I'm going to talk about in a second, and then I have this with kind of a grey colour in the fine, and actually I can show you it in here, and I much prefer my writing in it. It's just, it doesn't seem like there's a huge amount of difference, but just in terms of how it writes and how I think my writing looks, I prefer the extra fine nib. So gonna swap them out, see how I go, and yeah, that's why that had to be kind of pen of the year for 2024. Now ink, so I have two inks here, but more so I can kind of tell the story. So I bought this pen and really wanted a nice green ink to match, and I'm not gonna lie, I'd kind of forgotten I'd picked this one up in Japan, but I went for this one from Wearingful, and Wearingool, I am butchering that name, but yeah, picked this up at the same time because I like the idea of some matchy going on, and the ink itself is incredibly light, like a lot lighter than it looked in any of the pictures. and certainly even in the bottle, it's definitely kind of more the paler side. And I filled up this pen with it when I first got it and was like, no, this is far too light for an extra fine nib, like ridiculously too fine. So I think I'll use that in kind of more thicker nibs. So if I've got a particularly thick writing fine, I will try this ink in it and probably get more out of it. And kind of in being annoyed with myself for this ink because it's quite expensive, I realised that I had picked this up in Japan and not used it. So what I basically did was mix the two together, but more of this than this, and that was the green ink you just saw in the planner, and I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful ink, it's such a nice colour, it writes beautifully, it dries well, there's no kind of annoying smearing over and above what I would normally do, but even then I don't think I've really smudged this ink like even once. It's not a brand I'd heard of before, I just picked it up in Japan because I like the look of the colour and I did want to at least pick up one ink while I was in Japan. So this is definitely my 2024 ink of the year, and yeah, I think I'll show you again. It's a lovely nice colour, goes with all of my layouts really. It's not too bold, it's like nicely, I was gonna say nicely neutral, that's rubbish, it's not neutral, but it doesn't clash with anything basically. So for layouts like this where I want to do kind of a bit of a combo with, you know, different colour coding, it works beautifully. Next, let's talk tools, and this is something that I added to my stash for 2024. I can't for the life of me remember where I bought it now actually, but basically I had been struggling for years with just like really cheap crappy tweezers and realised I really needed to get some proper tweezers with a nice little fine point that would actually allow me to place stickers a bit more accurately. And I bought this and was like, why did I wait so long to buy proper tweezers? So yeah, if you have not got yourself a nice, they're not like ridiculously expensive either. If you've been kind of sleeping on it like I was, just go for it, buy yourself a nice set of tweezers, you will thank yourself. Certainly if you are using kind of small stickers like I am in your monthlies, it just helps with getting them down on paper. Next, let's talk washi. So sorry, another Japan purchase. This is some MT washi tape that I picked up while I was in Japan. It was actually a collaboration with a brand called Susu, which I think I've spoken about in a previous video, but basically this is a brand that it's all about kind of Japan designs and things made in Japan. So there's basically every kind of product type in the shops, between kind of clothes, accessories, homewares, and they're all just really cool designs and all made locally. And MT did a collaboration that was sold in their stores, and I picked up a few of the rolls. These are the actual rolls on paper, gorgeous foiling, beautiful quality as always with MT washi, and yeah, couldn't not buy them basically. So definitely my washi of the year. And let's kind of keep on the kind of decorative elements, and these are some stickers that I picked up this year from a couple of different creators, and these are basically artists that have made stickers as part of kind of their art. And so that's kind of my 2024 favorite kind of call out. It's art as stationery, if that makes sense. So yeah, these aren't, you know, people making planner stickers as a day-to-day thing. They're just turning some of their absolutely gorgeous paintings or art into stickers. And as you can see, I've not used any of them. They're all being hoarded for special occasion, you know how it goes. But I do need to find homes for them, because like these I've had probably for months. But yeah, these are two of my favorite ones. This is Inky Paper House and Milk Tea Danny. I picked up these gorgeous ones and this die cut. I've also picked up some art at the same time because I'm going to do a gallery wall in my office, so I do have something ready to go up from this designer. But yeah, artists making stickers, I'm here for. Apologies if you can hear in the background, the dog is asleep, but he's doing odd noises currently, so if it did pick up anything, sorry. Finally, this is the one thing that didn't get added into the kind of stationery lineup in 2024. I've had it for a couple of years now, but I wanted to call this out as kind of my favorite pouch accessory thing, because this year I've kind of really realise the use of it. So I bought this because it was small and cute, and I buy things that are small and cute, and didn't really have a use for it for ages. And then I suddenly realised one day that it would be perfect on my desk for bits that I didn't necessarily want in my pen kind of jar, but little bits that didn't really have kind of a home or any sensible place to put them on my desk, and this actually works perfectly. So it's got 3 pockets along the front that fit a lip balm, whiteout, and kind of a few bits that I might need, like nail file and a Swiss Army knife, like just bits that I might want to kind of grab quickly. It then has a big main pocket, which I use to keep all of my mini stickers. So these are the stickers that I use for planning on my monthly. I like having them to hand and somewhere I can quickly and easily kind of flick through. There's no point me putting these in like a sticker book because I'll be flicking through forever. So I can just literally pick them up and kind of go like that, find the sticker that I want, use the tweezers, which do live in here and fit quite nicely. It's all there ready to go for just some quick planning, just updating my monthly as and when I need to. And then it does have a back pocket as well, which I keep this sticker, random photo, I keep just this sticker book with just some random stickers that I might want to, it's basically stickers that I'm trying to use up that I've pulled off other sheets. I like having these to hand because then I can quickly, you know, if I just want to use a sticker for something, have a quick flick through, see if there's any in here that I want to use up. Again, just having it to hand really, keeping it front of mind so I can actually maybe try and use them up at some point. And then I just have a washi card that I've had in various planners over the years. Again, I just want to use it up because I don't really use washi out and about, so I don't need the washi card, but I don't want to waste it. So I figure if I keep it here, I can just, if I do need to use a bit of washi tape or have a reason for washi, I've got some there that I can just quickly grab. And yeah, it sits beautifully on my desk. It doesn't kind of fall over. It has some smaller bits that I can just grab to hand, or that I need to hand, or, you know, want in front of me. And it's a nice little desk solution. I definitely am more on the Delphonics for desk solutions rather than carrying about everywhere, because the front pockets I do find are kind of impractical for me for putting in bags because things just fall out. I like my pouches for travel to basically have lots of zips and everything is kind of closed away. And so the Delphonics that I do have, I just keep on my desk or around my desk and grabbing things so that I can just basically grab them when I need them. And obviously it's in yellow. You can tell that I like yellow. Anyway, the dog is firmly up and off the couch and clearly wants to go out, so good time to wrap up the video. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know what your stationery favourites for 2024 was in the comments below. I'd love to hear what your loves were. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.